Hello, my gorgeous. My name is Jennifer Lance, and today is Monday, and that means we have another leadership session today. And today I wanted to talk about singing. Yes, about singing. One of my best friends, she said to me, "What is your song, Jennifer? What is it that you want to tell people? What is your main song?" And I was thinking, by song she means story or mission or purpose. I bet that's what she meant. And I was thinking, I have so many stories to tell. I've done so many interesting, fantastic things. And I was thinking, how can I choose one? And she said to me, choose what is the closest to your heart, choose what is the most important, and maybe you have not achieved it yet. And I was looking through my life and I was thinking about it and reflecting on it, and I found one thing I would like women to stop doing. I would like women to stop being so perfect or trying to be perfect, and becoming perfect would be the mission. I want them to stop creating that as a mission. I want to do it as best as I can. I want to make it perfect. Stop. Absolutely stop. You always are going to do it the best you can in that current situation. When you look back at things, you may think, oh, I could do it so much better. And that is true. You could do it because now you are not emotionally involved in it. And because now you have time to reflect on it. And now you are not under the pressure of the situation or created by people around you. So you can actually calm yourself down and you can reflect. So, of course, you could do it better. And I'm sure next time you are going to do it better because, again, you're not going to be under so much pressure. You're not going to be so emotionally involved in it. And you already done it. So you know the outcome. You know the risks. You know the problems. So next time, it's not going to be only better, but it's going to be much easier for you, less stressful. So being perfect, it just like gets you nowhere. Most likely it's going to stop you. And I'm going to tell you a little story from my own experience. So in March, I've written a book, and it is my first book. So I treated it like my baby. I wanted it to be perfect. I wanted to have a beautiful design. I wanted to have immaculate grammar. I didn't want to have any spelling mistakes. I wanted to sound more English than actually I am. I'm not English. I wasn't born in England, and English is my second language. But I wanted to be perfect. I didn't want to be criticized for anything. I didn't want to be criticized for my ideas. Didn't want to be criticized for my grammar mishaps. I didn't want to be criticized for my spelling mistakes. I didn't want to be criticized for anything. I wanted to look professional, like I've been writing for 20 years or more. But I'm not. This is all I've been doing. Not at all. What happened is in my primary and secondary school, I was the worst writer ever. I actually got really the worst marks in my classroom for writing. I was terrible at it. Then it turned out that I cannot even actually use orthographical rules in my own language. So I've been working hours and trying for hours to actually get the spelling right, and I couldn't. And it turned out I have something similar to dyslexia, so it was impossible for me to do it anyway. But then computers came in, and it was such a great an experience because finally I had a spelling checker, so I could use it. But that still didn't actually improve my style of writing, improve my grammar. I had to work on that too. So it wasn't easy really, and writing in not my native language wasn't easy either. I could do it, but I didn't want to. I wanted to write in English. I've been living in England for 15 years, and sometimes it's really easier for me to communicate in that language. And I really had this feeling I want to write it in English. So then when I finally finished, when I have done, and I checked it 50,000 times, and then I gave it to other people to check it, and they came back with all red markings and proving to me, well, showing to me all the mistakes, and I corrected them again. I was grateful for all the help I could get. And at some point, I've been told, well, why your graphics are not great? I knew they weren't great. I've made them. I'm not a graphic designer. I was thinking I'm not a writer either, and I wrote the book. I'm not a native English speaker, and I wrote it in English. I am not a graphic designer, but I've done my best. I know it's not perfect. I know it's far from it. But who cares? This is the best I ever could do. At that point, I had no money, so I couldn't actually invest in people doing a beautiful graphics on design for me. So it was like, what am I going to do now? It's definitely not going to be perfect. People definitely are going to criticize it. And I postponed everything. I stopped. And now we have October and it's still not out there. I gave it to a few people, maybe more than a few people, to read it, and they read it, they loved it. Yeah, I'm not a modest person. If they said that would be bad, I would tell you. I really would. So they loved it, and they kept saying, why you haven't published it yet? Well, it's not there. I want to finish it, reading it. I want to know more and more about it. And I just couldn't. Because I knew it's not going to be perfect. And I'm at this point right now when my book is being translated into Polish and into Russian, and my English version, which was actually written in March, it's still not published because it doesn't have nice designs. And at that point, I've just realized, what are you doing, woman? Why are you stopping yourself just because it's not perfect? It is perfect for me because it has all my emotions on the pages. It has all my most difficult stories to tell on those pages too. It is sincere, it is authentic, and I think there are so many messages and lessons for other women to actually take from it. But they are not able to take anything from me because it's not perfect, so it's still not published, so it's not there. So if you're waiting to be a perfect leader and you're practicing in some just a tiny corner, but you are not actually trying it on people, trying your leadership skills, you are not showing it to them, you are not being visible, you're not there, how are they going to actually learn from you? How are you going to lead? How are you going to inspire? How are you going to motivate if you are not there, if you're not doing it? Think about it every single time you allow other people to make decisions for you. Think about it every single time you allow other people to take control over the situation. Think about all those times when you allowed other people to take charge. And the only reason you weren't that person was because it wasn't a perfect time. You didn't have perfect skills. It wasn't the perfect scenario. You weren't 100% ready. And then you sit back and you think, why they are there and I'm not there? Why people follow others and they don't follow me? And you're frustrated. You're not a leader at that point. You're just a sitting perfection. So just drop it. Just stop being perfect and start being you, authentic you. You don't need to be, your hair doesn't need to be perfect to be visible to others. Your makeup doesn't have to be immaculate for you to make a video about anything that you're passionate about. Your outfit doesn't have to be amazing and your figure doesn't have to be of a top model. You don't need all of that. All you need is you, authenticity and truth. Those two ingredients are brilliant and will get you everywhere. Authenticity and truth in leaderships. That's all that matters. Thank you so much and see you next week.